Thank you everybody for coming tonight. Really excited about this. This is the first bigger meetup of the transmedia community. It used to be a smaller group called Spoiler, and we evolved, and this is the new take on 2012. And quickly, really wanted to thank the group that brought this for you today. We are a very collaborative group, and we're here to actually activate and engage the community in transmedia, storytelling, cross-platform media, whatever we can actually do to actually create San Francisco as a hub for all of this. So quickly, anybody here? Can everybody hear me? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So what is it as transmedia? And this is a question that has been going on the different forums for so long. Everybody has their own idea, and since I'm not the authority on this, I decided to ask a few experts. One of my favorite experts in the field is a guy called Jeff Gomez of Starlight Runner. He's the creator of the franchises of Transformers and Tron and also Avatar for the different production houses, for the different productions in Hollywood. And for him, transmedia, and I think this is really what sticks, is the art of conveying a rich message, theme, or storyline to a mass audience using multiple media platforms such as ads, books, video games, films, comics, movies. The second guy that I kind of thought of asking what is transmedia, and of course I'm just quoting them, is Henry Jenkins, and he comes from the academia. He's actually studied and coined the idea of transmedia about 7 years ago, and in his book Convergence Culture he talks a lot about it. Very similar. Transmedia storytelling represents a process where integral elements of fiction get dispersed systematically across multiple delivery channels for the purpose of creating a unified and coordinated entertainment experience. Of course, much more academia. He studied it, he's teaching it. Actually, our friends in Transmedia LA are hosting their transmedia meetups in the same university that he teaches. So we have a very good connection with them. And I wanted to give a shout out to the actually co-creator of Spoiler and now Transmedia SF, who now lives in the UK, Robert Pratton. And he is more the independent spirit of transmedia storytelling and using pervasive multi-platform softwares to actually tell a story. And he has a wonderful software called Conductor that helps create that. And you can read, in transmedia storytelling, engagement with each successive media heightens the audience understanding, enjoyment, and affection for the story. To do this successfully, the embodiment of the story in each media needs to be satisfying in its own right. And he's got the beautiful chart here to show the idea of what the old world versus the new world, where we're creating an integrated, cohesive experience versus just a story and an idea and an ad that kind of copies the same story. We're actually attacking a bigger story world from the different audience touch points. For me, transmedia is the why. And I steal a little bit from one of my favorite writers, Simon Sinek, that looks at every marketing ploy of where do we start the conversation from. And he starts with the why, the how, and the what. For me, transmedia storytelling is the why. Why are we doing this? This is a creative story world we create. It's a story, it's the idea that moves us forward. How we do it is multi-platform media. And the what is whatever you choose the what is, as long as it's more than one, and it's the story continues on the different platforms, whether it's a movie, webisode, game, UX, whatever it is. And why San Francisco? And this is part of our vision. Our vision is really to create San Francisco as a hub of transmedia. I know it's a lofty vision, but I think we've got the right players and the right people to do that. Because I think San Francisco and Transmedia San Francisco sits in the middle of Silicon Valley, Hollywood, and Madison Avenue. And also this is like the higher level vision, but also if you take it to the lower, more independent, we have a lot of players here. And we attract a lot of players to play in this realm here. And this is what we want to create. Our vision, we're looking to create the best transmedia projects here. We want SF to become a hub of the convergence industry. We're app people, game designers, filmmakers, programmers, app creators, business people, artists, and visionaries. This is not just an idea, this is happening. And this is one of our gifts tonight for you. I think this event was decided on about 5 weeks ago, And if you look around, we actually marketed it about 2 weeks ago, and I think we're pretty successful in our first run. We're going forth and creating it. And another thing is we really want all of you to get involved. For this to be created and also to bring in the industry for this, to bring in the knowledge, to bring in the people, we need the community to be created and support of all the artists, all the creative people, the tech media people, everybody is part of this conversation. And the model that we're actually thinking and exploring, we call the SES model, because we don't believe that there's one model out there for actually creating a transmedia, I will say, community, a real flourishing transmedia community that can actually create jobs, create engagement, create work, create projects. And we call it the SES model, which is the agency, studio, incubator, and salon, where the agencies, the branding, marketing, actually we see that agencies are doing a lot of transmedia storytelling and have been doing it for years because of their brand marketing and the way they tell stories. Studio is more the production house, people who actually go out and do it, and it could be also the web developers, it could be also the game developers, it could be anybody who actually creates the actual products. The incubator is what we're really interested in creating and fostering through the community, is actually fostering a two-path incubator for both the creative and the tech media, because we think that they need to go hand in hand. There's a lot of creative ideas out there that need creative media solutions to actually make them happen. And then the salon is where you're sitting. That's a community. Actually creating a community and growing it, first by just these meetups, but we want to expand it to courses, workshops, perhaps little conferences. I was actually part of the Story World Conference San Francisco team, and we saw the want and the community that is really around storytelling, transmedia, multi-platform, cross-platform media, and there's a lot of want and talk in the world about how to create better stories, how to work better together, collaboration across platforms and across the world, and we really want to have a base in San Francisco for people who live here and for people from outside of here to come to. And this is just a little bit about who I am. This is who I am, the transmedia producer. This is more a concept than, you know, not exactly what I do, because I do a lot of things, which is exactly what the woman in there does. It's trying to sit down with all of this media around us and trying to figure out how to actually talk to all the silos, communicate with everybody, and still be able to sit down and be quiet while you're doing it, because you know, all of us, we're so bombarded with so much media, and we're trying to figure out how to actually really make sense out of all this. So I wanted to thank you and enjoy the evening.
All right. Thank you, Maya. Thanks very much. And